The business world is broad and complex. While some industries are too new to study, others have been around for generations, delivering big annual profits. In this video, you'll learn about the 10 types of business that have changed the world forever. We'll embark on concepts such as dropshipping, franchising, drive-thru, and much more. With that said, let's dive into it. Number 10. Self-storage business. The first warehouse designed to hold personal and household items was built in the 1850s because the bank's vaults were filling up with belongings. Years later, it became a rapidly growing market. As consumer trends increase, so does the need to store all the things we buy daily. Companies like Extra Space Storage and CubeSmart proved this business model's success. Storage companies provide an immediate solution to e-commerce, helping them store their products safely. Since e-retailers do not have physical offices, they need to store their merchandise somewhere. They also provide storage space for travel and temporary moves, allowing them to diversify their revenue streams. Today, the global self-storage market is estimated to be worth $58,000 million and is expected to reach about $90,000 million by 2030. The total cost of starting a self-storage business can range from $1.25 to $2.5 million. Unsurprisingly, some tycoons like Barry Switzer, the former head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, have decided to invest millions of dollars in this business model. The low operating costs, consistent revenues, and unlimited development potential are some of the major attractions of this industry. Unlike traditional properties, you'll never have to deal with plumbing emergencies or face a challenging eviction process. You only have to take care of the cleanliness and security of the premises. Moreover, tenant turnover is rapid, making it very difficult to have an empty storage unit. When one family finishes moving out and no longer needs the facility, another is ready to occupy their self-storage unit. The demographic of your typical customer ranges from different types: age, sex, and location. It's estimated that the state of Texas has more storage facilities than any other state, hosting 5,361 companies. Also, California is among the leading states in the industry, with more than 3,500 installations. According to Storage Pug, customers under 55 comprise the vast majority of self-storage users. Likewise, Inside Self-Storage notes that about 62% of those making the decision to choose a storage facility are women. The biggest key to success in this business is understanding the gap between commercial and residential customers. Each person or organization has very specific needs, so you must be clear on what kind of customers you plan to attract. While residential customers may want to store their personal belongings, commercial customers may need to visit the facility more often. Number 9. Membership model. Subscription business models were first introduced in the 17th century by newspaper and book publishers, and it worked as follows. A writer or bookseller would promise to produce a book to certain specifications, and in return, subscribers would promise to pay for the production of the book in exchange for a copy. When the book was ready, the subscribers paid the other half. Then, in 1848, Gymnase Triat opened the first member-driven facilities in Brussels, Belgium, and eventually moved to its permanent headquarters in Paris. Today, membership fees are the most popular business model among gyms. The model consists of members paying a monthly or annual fee in exchange for access to a gym's equipment, such as weights, ellipticals, basketball courts, rock climbing, lap pool, and sauna. Commonly, the assistance of a trainer or instructor and group classes require an additional fee. However, some gyms often include these services within their membership to track their revenue stream more easily. But don't let the simplicity of this business model fool you. Some gyms offer perks like providing a free month's membership to a non-member friend, while others provide family discounts or payment plans. That's why there is no business like any other. The main advantage of memberships is that they avoid the revenue fluctuations inherent in fee-for-service models. You'll never have to guess how much money you'll collect at the end of the month. Another advantage is that you can encourage customer commitment by signing a contract. Financially responsible customers may be more motivated to use a gym's facilities, especially if they've paid more than 1 month in advance. It's like seeing the charge on your bank statement every month. That gets you thinking about why you need to utilize that membership more often. Another advantage is that it reduces marketing costs, allowing you to maintain your business with the same customer base. Last but not least, it offers greater customer retention. When people subscribe to a business, they can become regular customers for months, either by habit or because they don't have to renew their subscription manually. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages. Customers who don't feel sufficiently committed to their workout plan may quickly drop out of their membership. That's why you need to constantly attract new members and seek to retain customers as long as possible. On the other hand, constant competition may force you to provide new value to not lose your regular customers. The last disadvantage is the high cancellation rate, because social media has made it easier to train at home without spending a penny. Depending on several factors I'll discuss in another video, you may need anywhere from $10,000 to $500,000 to open your gym. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to learn more about this industry. Next up, we have one of the most successful business models of the last few decades. Number 8. Drive-through coffee shop. The first drive-through coffee dates back to 1990, when Mortar opened one of the world's first drive-through coffee shops. It's a very lucrative business model today, as everyone likes to grab a quick coffee on the way to work. As an example of this, we have Dutch Bros, a company founded on February the 12th, 1992, by Dane and Travis Boersma, brothers of Dutch descent. Dutch Bros started as a handcart by the railroad tracks in downtown Grants Pass, Oregon, and became one of the most successful coffee shops to apply this model. According to a 2021 Deloitte study, the most popular option for ordering in restaurants was drive-through. Since customers do not have to occupy a physical seat in the cafeterias, nor do they require the services of a waiter, the cost and speed of service tend to be much faster. Not only is the speed of service beneficial to customers, but it also benefits coffee shops, allowing them to serve more people in less time. This translates into more money, which allows the business to expand through one of the most popular business models, franchising. We'll talk about them later. The secret to having a thriving self-service coffee shop is correctly dividing the tasks. Each barista should know what their role is and where they'll be located for the rest of the day. It's important to find a location that is in sight of your target audience and has a constant traffic of tourists, workers, or students. Another key to success in this business is limiting your menu. Many self-service cafeterias fail because they have larger menus that they can't handle. The more products you offer, the more difficult it is to provide a fast service. It's not the same to serve 10 black coffees as it is to prepare 10 dishes with different cooking times. That's why simplicity favors this business model. So it's better to have 4 or 5-star items rather than trying to run a restaurant in a small establishment. A small drive-through coffee shop usually consists of a small structure with 1 or 2 self-service counters, where customers usually come to order coffee and food. It can cost between $25,000 and $60,000 in startup capital. Next up, we have a different business model that's become very popular in the last few decades. Number 7. Subscription retail. The retail subscription model is a model in which customers pay periodically for the delivery of goods. Once registered, they can renew or terminate their subscriptions whenever they wish. Usually, grocery, personal care, and household products are associated with this model. Retail subscriptions provide myriad benefits for retailers and customers because costs are predictable. Companies such as Ipsy, Birchbox, and Dollar Shave Club are leaders in the industry. The biggest advantage of this business model is the predictability of revenues. If you have 10,000 subscribers, you can estimate what your revenue will be month by month. Moreover, they provide the opportunity to establish regular communication with customers. The initial cost of this business may vary depending on the type of products included, packaging, and shipping costs. However, we can estimate a minimum investment of between $1,000 and $10,000. The 3 essential things you'll need are: 1. A star product, such as a razor. 2. Supplemental products that are functional to the star product, such as shaving foam. 3. And supplies to assemble and deliver your orders. If we add marketing costs to this, such as promoting your business, your initial investment could be much higher. However, if you manage to position your brand, the potential to grow in this industry is practically infinite. Therefore, it could be the perfect business for those with low startup capital looking to experiment before jumping into a more expensive business. It's not for nothing that companies like Birchbox are turning over millions a year through retail subscriptions. But don't expect to make huge profits overnight. First, you must focus on studying your competition and positioning your brand. That said, let's move on to the next business model. Number 6. E-commerce. E-commerce is a business model that allows businesses and consumers to buy or sell online. Since the pandemic, there has been a large trend to shop online rather than in person. The business model was invented by entrepreneur Michael Aldrich in 1979. Nowadays, most industries are involved in e-commerce. Whether your brand sells to end consumers or large companies, your business strategy will rely heavily on e-commerce. Think of it this way. Most of your customers belong to your neighborhood when you have a store on the street. However, when you have an online store, you have the potential to sell to over 7 billion people. There are 2 ways to start an e-commerce business: selling your products or someone else's products. The first business model requires a higher investment in exchange for a higher growth potential. For that, you need to start a brand. When you have your own brand, you'll have full control of your products or services. You can modify or redesign them as many times as necessary. Once you have a product and a brand name, you need to set up a store where your audience can find you. Some platforms like eBay and Amazon allow you to sell your products online and take care of the shipping, automating the whole process. You can always sell your products on your own website. This might require high investment in advertising through SEO articles and ads. The advantage of this is that you won't be dependent on anyone, so you'll have more freedom of action and get rid of having to pay expensive commissions to intermediaries. The second way to start an e-commerce business is known as Number 5. Drop shipping. Drop shipping started in the 1960s and 1970s when mail order companies took advantage of mail order catalogs, small brochures you received in the mail advertising various items. Mail order catalogs allow you to order items directly from your catalog over the phone and have the company deliver them to your door. It's a way to sell products online without keeping them in stock. Every time a dropshipper receives an order, he or she informs the supplier who's responsible for shipping the product directly to the customer. The biggest advantage of this business model is the low investment costs. This is why you constantly see videos about dropshippers who have started their stores with less than $100. All you need is a computer, an internet connection, and the willingness to learn to scale your business. Although some point out that the industry is oversaturated, or how difficult it is to create a brand by relying on someone else's product, that shouldn't stop you from setting up your own dropshipping store. In fact, many sellers have started stores this year and turned over tens of thousands of dollars despite how competitive this market is. The key is choosing the right product. Good products sell better than bad products, no matter how well the marketing behind them. You can't sell a product that doesn't deliver half the things it promises. This is a universal truth that many newcomers to the industry tend to overlook. Another great advantage is the low cost, because you don't have to worry about buying inventory or managing logistics centers. You can focus all your efforts on promoting your store. The disadvantage of dropshipping is that you'll earn less per sale than a regular e-commerce store. The real money is made by the suppliers, who are the ones who produce the product. But if they make a mistake, you'll have to apologize on their behalf. Despite these disadvantages, I think it's worth giving this industry a chance to learn how to run a business without risking your savings. Now, the following business model is one we're all familiar with. Number 4. Franchising. A franchise is a business model in which an owner sells the rights to exploit its brand, corporate identity, logo, and business model to a third party. A perfect example of this business model is McDonald, one of the most successful franchises of the last century. When you buy a McDonald's franchise, you gain its reputation and renown. This can be good if you buy a franchise from a respected company, but bad if the company's reputation is somehow damaged. For example, Adidas once made a joke alluding to the Boston terrorist attack. This inflicted a serious blow to its image. The main advantage of this business model is what both parties gain from the division of labor. Generally, the franchisor takes care of everything related to production and logistics in exchange for payment from the franchisee. You can exploit the franchise model by establishing a successful company and selling the rights to use your brand name and ideas. The process is long and complex, so comment below if you'd like us to explain more about it in another video. Another alternative is acquiring a franchise from a company that has already proven successful in the market. Then, start working with a steady flow of customers without having to attract them on your own. The main disadvantage is that franchisees must follow strict rules to not lose the rights to exploit the brand name. If you acquire a McDonald's franchise, you have to follow the recipe to the letter. There is no room for mistakes. The price of a franchise can range from $10,000 to $5 million. Now, the following business model could be perfect for novice business owners. Number 3. Affiliate marketing. In 1989, William J. Tobin applied for a patent for what we know today as affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing consists of promoting the product or service of a third party. Every time a person visits your website, clicks on your links and performs a specific action, you get a commission in return. These are two interesting reasons why affiliate marketing is an attractive business model. First, because of its low cost. Traditional businesses tend to be expensive. You have to buy products, pay rent, and hire employees. Fortunately, affiliate marketing eliminates all that and replaces it with a website you can manage yourself. All you need to get started is a little bit of free time. The second big advantage is that it's an easy to scale business model. You can promote products from multiple companies and diversify your revenue streams by creating different websites in various niches, such as sports, cars, and tourism. The biggest advantage is that once the recommendation is made, the repeat customer will not buy again through your affiliate link. Affiliate links are a gateway to another company's website. Once they need a new pair of shoes, they'll go directly to the store where they bought their last pair. But that hasn't stopped specialists like Pat Flynn and Matt Diggity, two of the biggest experts in affiliate marketing, from amassing millions in the industry. Next up, we have one of the oldest business models in history. Number 2. Brick and mortar. The term brick and mortar refers to traditional stores. They're one of the oldest business models in human history, dating back to 7,500 BC. As of 2022, there were just over 1 million retail outlets in the United States. Many consumers still prefer to buy their products in physical stores. The main advantage of this business model is that it lends legitimacy to your brand. It's easier to trust a company you can visit than one with only an online presence. Physical stores also offer a unique shopping experience, allowing us to interact directly with their products. While some may think this industry is dead, the numbers prove otherwise. In fact, retailer Costco recently surpassed Amazon in sales. Customers have been willing to shop away from home since the end of the pandemic. Unfortunately, the internet has made it no longer a totally invulnerable business model. The biggest disadvantage is that rental and staffing costs are very high. On the other hand, it's difficult to serve customers outside the specific geographic area. The best way to implement this business model is to have both a physical and online presence. Some companies like Safeway do exactly this and operate as a hybrid business model. Initial cost to provide a retail store can average around $48,000, excluding variants such as geographic location, the price of products you plan to sell, and the state of the economy. Physical stores are estimated to have an average return rate of 8.9% compared to 30% for online stores. Lastly, we have another business model that's been operating for decades. Number 1. Leasing. The leasing business model is very simple to understand. A company buys a product and leases it to a customer for a fee. This allows customers to use a product without paying its full price. For example, when you suffer an accident and rent crutches. Depending on the region in which this service is provided, there may be tax advantages for both the lessor and the lessee, such as paying less money to the IRS. If you have a car, you can start this business by renting it out to workers, tourists, or Uber drivers. Another possibility is renting a bicycle or elastic tube you bought for one of your children's birthdays. The initial investment will depend on the item you want to lease. Vehicles of all kinds tend to be more expensive than the items you use every day, so you may need a lot more money to start your business. Your business should allocate between 2% and 20% of sales to cover rental costs. There is no exact amount of startup capital, as this business model can be applied to any industry. Well, we hope our brief explanation has helped you understand the 10 most successful business models. Now, before you go, tell us what you think is the best business model. We'll be reading you in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to help us keep growing. We'll see you in the next video.